Why do nuclear reactors require coolant? It comes down to just the basic physics of a power generating station. When we're either doing geothermal, nuclear, or even fossil fuels, we really just have a heat source to boil water. That boiled water creates steam. That steam then goes through a turbine. That turbine spins, turns a dynamo, makes electricity. After that steam goes through the turbine, it loses a lot of its energy because it expanded. And when it expanded, it cooled down. It basically became really wet steam, effectively. And that wet steam, it needs to be turned back into water so that it can go back into the heat source where it will be boiled and turned back into steam again. And so the way we turn that wet steam back into water that can go back into the heat source and boil again is we have to remove the heat from that wet steam. Removing that heat requires coolant. So we've got to pull the remaining heat out of that wet steam to make it liquid under the pressures for the system that is designed for. Once we've made it liquid again, then it can go back in and boil. So that's the inefficiency of the modern steam cycle that we've been using since the days of Joule. And that simply requires that you have a coolant system there to remove the heat. We call it a condenser. You need some place to dump that heat from the condenser that turns that water back into liquid water.